Okay, so we're going to graph exponential functions using a t-table. And so our exponential function that we're given, it's given here. So this is f of x equals 4 times 2 to the x. Another way to write that would be y equals 4 times 2 to the x. So I can sort of look at this f of x and this y as interchangeable for this purpose. Okay, we're going to build the t-table. I've already picked some values for my x, so I have some values here. I've picked, I'm going to say, well, here's my x values right here. I've picked my x values right through this table. These are my x values that I want to use in this side. And I'm going to take these x values and I'm going to plug them into my equation. So my equation is here. This is where I'm getting my equation is here. This is where my equation comes from. And so I've written it in for the math portion of my table. I'm going to take all my x values and I'm going to plug them in to my equation to get my corresponding y value. So I'm going to take my 4 times 2. I'm going to plug in this x, which is going to be negative 2. And I'm going to use my order of operations, which is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and say, well, do I have any math inside parentheses? And I don't. I just have a number. And then I'm going to go to my exponents, and I have an exponent of negative 2. So I'm going to do that portion next. So that's this guy right here. I'm doing this stuff. And that's going to give me 4 times 1 over 2 squared, because that's what that negative 2 does, is it puts it in the denominator. And that's going to give me 4 times 1 over 4, because 2 squared is 4, and this is really a 4 over 1. That gives me 4 over 4, which is 1. So my y value is 1, and my ordered pair is negative 2, comma 1. Okay. I'm going to do my next one. I'm plugging in negative 1 for my x value. So I have this 4 times 2 to the, and I'm plugging in this negative 1 here, right? This number goes in for my x. And the negative puts that into a denominator. So again, I'm doing please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I do not have math in parentheses, so I'm now at my exponents. And my exponents are here, and that negative 1 says that I have 4 times 1 over 2 to the 1. And that's the same as saying I have 4 times 1 over 2, and this is really a 4 over 1. And that's the same as saying I have 4 over 2 when I multiply straight across. And 4 divided by 2 is 2, so this is 2. And my ordered pair is my negative 1 for my x and my 2 for my y. Okay, I'm doing the next one. I'm putting in 0, so I have 4 times 2, and I'm plugging in this 0 right here, so this is going to be to the 0 power. I'm doing please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'm going to do my parentheses first, but there's no math inside my parentheses, just a number. So I move to my exponents, which is right here. And anything to the 0 power is 1. So I'm going to write that down, right, anything, doesn't matter what that is, to the 0 power is 1. So this right here is 1, and I still have my 4. So it's 4 times 1, which equals 4. So my y value is 4, and I'm going to write my ordered pair as 0, comma 4. Okay. I'm doing my next one. I am going to plug in 1 for my x, and I start out with 4 times 2, and my x is to the power of 1. I'm doing please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's no math inside of parentheses, just a number. So I've moved to my exponents. that's this part right here. And that's 4 times 2 to the 1, which is 2, which gives me 8. So my y value is 8, and my ordered pair is going to be 1, 8, my x and my y. The last one I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my 2 here for my x value, and I say 4 times 2 to the 2. I'm doing please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I'm going to do my exponents because there's no math inside parentheses. I'm doing the exponents right here. This gives me 4 times 4. And that gives me 16, so my y value is 16, and I have the ordered pair 2, 16. Okay, so now I've got this table. I've plugged in all my x's, I got all my y's, and it gave me my ordered pairs. I'm going to take these ordered pairs and I'm going to put them down here where I can see them so that I can graph this in the xy plane. So what I got was -2, 1, and -1, 2, and 0, 4, and 1, 8, and 2, 16. Right? That's what I got in all of this, in this stuff right here, and all of my ordered pairs, and I just moved them down here just so that they're convenient and where I can see them. Okay. Now I'm going to have to plot these in the xy plane. I'm going to go ahead and plot them. I think I'll use red and say -2, 1, that's -2, 1, -1, 2, that's here, 0, 4, that's here, 1, 8 is here, and 2, 16, well, that's going to be here. And what I want to do is draw a smooth line through them so that I can draw my function. So I'm going to just draw this line as smoothly as I can to connect my dots. I don't want it rigid. And I can draw in my exponential function, just like that.